Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to a full day of eating, but not just any full day of eating, a realistic full day of eating. And what I mean by realistic full day of eating is that I'm going to show you exactly what I'm eating today. I'll give you some measurements because some things I know how much I'm eating of and other things I'm eyeballing. And I'm not going to give you guys necessarily a calorie count or a macro breakdown because on a realistic full day of eating, I am not measuring, weighing, or doing any of that kind of stuff. For me personally now, in my duration of my life, I just simply eat. I try and eat the best quality of foods and most nutritionally dense foods I possibly can. And I work out 7 times a week, 3 of them being high intensity cardio days via boxing, and the last 4 being just traditional lifting. But what we have for breakfast today are 4 pasture-raised eggs with a little bit of salt and chili flakes on there, cooked in raw butter. We have just a small or medium-sized block of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. I have a bowl of watermelon, and then I have here a glass of raw milk with organic maple syrup, and then I'm also drinking San Pellegrino water. This right here is meal number 1. I mean, let's get right into it. Give these eggs a little bit of a taste test, shall we? Pasture-raised eggs cooked in raw butter, Gordon Ramsay style, on the heat, off the heat, is the best way to eat eggs. You can debate me if you want to, but let me tell you something. If you disagree, you are wrong. Gonna take a nibble out of this Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. Now, when I've been eating dairy recently, I've mainly been eating raw dairy, such as Parmigiano Reggiano or raw cheddar, as well as raw milk and raw butter. The only things that I don't eat when it comes to just raw dairy would be like organic Greek yogurt, and that'd be like the only thing I can think of that is dairy that I'm eating that is not raw. For some people, when it comes to this Parmigiano Reggiano, I personally like it, but I know other people out there don't really like the taste or maybe even just the texture of like a harder cheese. It's something you definitely have to get used to, but I think it's good. And I know that when I eat this as compared to now like pasteurized cheese, I just don't feel as good eating the pasteurized versus the raw. I'm gonna eat a little bit of fruit. I'm gonna eat some watermelon. This right here is meal number 1. I'm gonna eat this, chill for a little bit. I try and aim for at least 3 meals a day. I'm usually having 3 bigger, more calorically dense meals a day. Maybe a 4th, and very rarely am I actually eating a 5th time during the day. I used to always eat 5 times a day in the past, but I find myself, just the way things are going, the way life is flowing, to eat 3 bigger, more calorically dense meals throughout the day. That's just the way I personally like to do it right now. So I'm gonna eat this, and I'll see you guys in meal number 2. Alrighty, here with meal number 2, and what we have is a Greek yogurt bowl. We have 2 servings, so I know I said I don't really measure anything in the last clip, but when it comes to, I don't know what it is about Greek yogurt, I in fact do measure the Greek yogurt out just to ensure that I'm getting at least 30 grams of protein. With this Greek yogurt, I'm also having about 1 serving or so of frozen blueberries, about another serving of organic maple syrup, and then a little bit of cinnamon on top. This right here is an absolute delight. Whatever reason, I've done many fruits with Greek yogurt. Blueberries is my favorite. This right here is ridiculous, absolutely delicious. One of my favorite snacks or meals at the entire day. Plain non-fat Greek yogurt is disgusting on its own, kind of tastes like sour cream, but with a little bit of organic maple syrup, maybe stevia, maybe monk fruit, whatever kind of sweetener you want to do, plus some fruit and some cinnamon in there, changes the game immensely. This right here is gonna be the 2nd time I'm eating for the day, as well as the pre-workout snack or meal. So next time I see you guys, I will be actually working out for a full upper body day. So we'll see you then. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with a full body workout. Gonna train every muscle in the upper body, chest, back, shoulders, arms, the whole enchilada. So we're starting off here with some lat pull downs. Alright, next up we have some flat cable presses. Now usually I like to do flies, but recently whenever I do a fly movement, my sternum the next day hurts. And if I open my chest up, I can feel it crack. And since switching from a fly to a press, that pain has actually gone away. So now I just stick with
presses. They say, you know, more pain, more gain, but I say, you know, the less pain, more gains, meaning the less you can stay injured, the more gains you can make. Alrighty, for the next back movement, what we're doing is actually a chest supported machine row. Now when it comes to rows in general, I prefer more chest supported movements because it takes less strain off my lower back, it takes less strain off my core, and just focuses the tension on the back. Most people will say something along the lines of, oh, but what about your core engagement and all this other BS? But it's like, look, I'm not training my core, I'm training my back. And this, for me, I get the best mind to muscle connection. I can train my back to failure and beyond failure with the most minimal risk of injury, which is personally what I look for in any movement that I choose when I train. Oh. Alrighty, now a secondary chest movement that we're rocking is gonna be a flat machine press. Now, personally, I actually love flat pressing, whether it's dumbbell, machine, cable, a whole lot more than any incline movement. I just connect with it better. I get a better mind to muscle connection, a better pump. So I try and do more flat pressing and then either a decline or an incline. Now, I used to be against decline. Now there's one particular decline movement that I love, which is actually a cable decline movement, which I'll be doing today, and actually no incline today. Is that a sin when it comes to working out your chest? I don't know. Alrighty, we got one more back and chest movement. We're gonna be doing one hard set to failure here on these cable rows, trying to target the upper back using this Vulcan strap, which personally I love. It's super smooth and just feels amazing. Alrighty, like I mentioned earlier, we're doing one set here, decline cable press. Now, some people may be a fan, some people not. I used to actually not hit any decline, but I don't know, something about this movement. I've been hitting it pretty consistently and it feels good. Get a good mind to muscle connection, good pump, good squeeze. So if that's the case, I'm all for it. Alrighty, next part of the full upper body day is going to be a shoulder circuit. So I'm going to do some cable presses as well as some single arm side lateral raises and then some rear delt flies as well. I'm just going to go in a circuit. I'm going to go 2 rounds to failure across every single one of these movements here, and that will conclude the shoulder portion to the full upper body day. All right, now we're finishing off this upper body day with some biceps and triceps, starting off with some triceps. Now I saw Eric Janicki do this variation for triceps, so I thought I'd give it a shot, and I've been doing it the last couple weeks and it feels absolutely immaculate and a fun way to mix up the tricep training. All right, for biceps, I just keep it simple, Sally. Standard dumbbell curls to failure, and that's it. Alrighty, that concludes the full upper body day, but now it is time for a mandatory pump check. Alrighty, this by far is the best I've ever looked at the current weight that I'm at. Now, it does come with some trade-offs. I could be stronger if I wasn't as lean, but I really like the way that I look, and I'd rather be this lean and sacrifice some strength. But that concludes the workout. Alrighty, I walked outside the gym into my car to eat this post-workout meal, and all it is just 85-15 ground beef cooked in beef tallow, and what I have to season it is some pink Himalayan sea salt. Now, nothing special about this meal, maybe even a little bit boring, but I feel my best when I eat more red meat. So like ground beef, steaks. Today is just a ground beef kind of day. I'm gonna eat this. This is a lot of meat. A whole pound was cooked and put into this container. This will hold me over to train my evening clients before I get home and have maybe the last time I'm eating. It's more gonna be like a snack kind of before bed, or at least a couple hours before I actually go to sleep. But let's give this beef a little bit of a taste test, shall we? Again, nothing special. It's just ground beef with some salt. It was cooked in beef tallow, so that maybe gives it a little bit of extra flavor, but not anything to really write home about. I enjoy it. I mean, I eat this meal pretty consistently, just straight up ground beef. This is more like when I'm on the go, running in and out of the gym. I want some protein. I need something that's gonna keep me full and satiated up until I basically get home. So I'm gonna eat this, train a couple clients, and then I will see you guys in the last and final time I am eating for the night. Alrighty, we are home after a very long day of training clients, as well as having a phone consult for a new online client, going over his custom meal plan and his custom training program. And it is about 9:57 p.m. so it is getting a little bit late. I'm trying to go to bed within the hour, and so I don't want to eat anything or consume anything too heavy because I don't want it to affect my sleep. I've been trying to get better at that, not eating too late or too close to bed, just because I don't want digestion to rob me of getting good quality rest. But what I'm having is a good old glass of raw milk. This will be the last and final thing for the night, and that will conclude this full day of eating all good whole food, nutrient dense foods as well. I've been eating like this for majority of the year, actually feeling my absolute best, and so this is more animal based full day of eating than anything else. Some of these foods on animal base are not necessarily super low in calories, but they are very nutrient dense, and that's how I just feel my best. If I was doing less cardio or not training as much, then I would basically adjust the calories and have the lower calorie option while still trying to keep it nutrient dense and feeling full, feeling satiated, and just feeling good. But I'm gonna drink this and head to bed. I am wrapping the video up here. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.